post. I can link the post if you want. Send it. Okay, while he's actually getting that post, I would love to be able to tell you a super short story, 1 or 2 minutes. Something that I got to observe here. Totally incredible. My mind is blown. You know, it's a Friday. A lot of these kids should be in school and stuff, and they're here at a competition. And so they compete during the day. They have awards, and then at night they take classes. So I get to see probably right now, you know, my daughter is in this class, getting taught by a hip-hop teacher that teaches Justin Timberlake. He does the choreographing for the Super Bowl, stuff like that. And they're just in this small little, kind of like, I don't know, if you were to see a conference, you know, the room's divided and they just don't have anything except for a dance floor and a stage. And he teaches these kids, and they're really kids. I mean, they're ranging from 6 to 13 years old. They're called minis and something else, right? So my daughter's 8, and it is incredible the amount of, it's a full-blown dance that they learn, and then they perform at the end to see if they get scholarships to go to another event. And me sitting there, this is the first time I actually got to experience sitting in there and actually seeing what they learn, because over time they usually 1 week, then the next week they learn another part and another one, you know, in their schools. Here, they got to learn that all within about 35 minutes, then perform because it's only an hour class. I was blown away at what they can retain so quickly. But number one, the teacher's good. Number 2, they don't ever question the teacher. Number 3, they're fully paying attention. And number 4, it's only done by repetitiveness. Like, they do like a chunk and they go over it and they do it. And then they do a chunk and they practice it, and some of them get it, some of them don't get it. Then they do it again, and he pumps them up a little bit, and he's like, hey, you know, I understand you guys just did it. You feel good. You got the butterflies out. Now do it better. And then as they do it better, he gets to critique them, and he tells them, look, like, at this point, you know, don't just flop your arms in the air. It needs to be nice and stiff. Like, lock your elbows, lock your wrists. You know, they give it like a, also, like, instead of just staring at, like, a certain spot, you know, he said, hey, lift your head up and wave. And they wave. And he's like, that's something you do when you meet a new person or you meet family or whatever. You say, hi. He had them lower their head down and put their chin to their chest and then dance like that and make them growl a little bit. That little bit of making them growl made them like dance better and like pop and like pop, pop, pop for that dance they were doing. It was incredible. The number one thing that I picked out of that is that they learn that only because of repetitiveness. And in our business, I think that we excel and we do so well because we're like a machine when it comes to Facebook ads. I can launch 100 ads in minimal time. I can throw up 20, 30, 40, 50 ads on a fan page, all with the same type of style copy, all finding my links really quick, using the same images, not worrying about if it has a couch or a bed in there. I just put the plain old wall art, boom, and I'm off and running. So here, I think it's the same thing with you guys, that you just gotta repeat the same thing over and over and over, which is the basics, until you can finally get to the next point, which is the lookalike audiences, the scaling, and all that stuff that you may be rushing to get to. If these little kids were rushing to finish the whole entire dance, they would never be able to do it. They had to go in steps. That's one key thing that I pulled away from that. The teacher was pretty incredible. And I hope that you guys pull a lesson out of what I just seen. Do you believe in Jesus? Get your necklace free here. Well, Panda products for us, okay. Comment yes if you like the video. Share this with someone else who would like this. Go to this thing real quick. I just want to look at it here. We have 272 likes, 34 shares, and 139 comments. Let's take a second. The question was, or the statement was, comment yes if you would wear this. Okay? So a ton of people would definitely say yes, they would wear this, but they probably wouldn't comment. And I know that that little simple thing that you might think that doesn't work, or maybe you decided to pick a different wording, it's the same thing that these kids go through where they didn't even drop down their head. That didn't put them into dancing mode versus just having their head up a little bit and looking a little bit higher. That was kind of like, hi, how are you mode. Same thing here. Your comment, you're getting exactly what you're asking. So it says comment yes if you'd wear this. They would wear this. But how about comment yes if you want this? Wanting is different than wearing this. Okay? Do you believe in Jesus? That's a good question to stop them. I got to, dance is pretty stressful. I get to see the beginning part where you're trying to do the hair and put the updo and the bun and flyaways and you got to put gel and hairspray and there's a meltdown in the morning because people got to 5 in the morning, we travel here, all that stuff. So I got to see it a little bit at lunchtime when she was kind of like freaking out a little bit at the table and I just started asking those stupid questions. I said, what's 9 times 4? And she was like, what? I was like, what's 9 times 4? She's like, 36. Why? And I asked her again. I asked her something else. Like, what's 9 times 9? She said, 81. Why? She completely forgot about her meltdown at lunch, just kept going, and everybody at the table knew exactly what I was doing. Okay, so when you ask someone a question, it definitely triggers something in their brain to pay attention. You're interrupting them here. I would love to see this video more close-up of this, okay? Another thing that you have here is a bunch of different colors. I would like to see you pick one color, meaning just the silver, just the gold, whatever, because I know this seems weird, but man, when someone sees a gold chain and they absolutely hate gold, they hate the rest of the video. It doesn't matter that they could get in silver and purple and green or whatever. They're just instantly turned off. So you go and attack the people that just like silver, just like gold, just like platinum, whatever it is, okay? Do you believe in Jesus? Get your free necklace here. Okay, great. So that's why I think you're getting a little bit of these comments here. Now, spending the $122, that was crazy. There's no need for that. So let's talk a little bit about how that $122 was spent. Man, my sound is still hard to hear. I don't know the microphone is on this thing. How about here? Actually, I wonder if I have headphones here. Hold on one second. How can I make this work? It's not like I'm standing on a computer controller. Oh, man. Anybody know how to do this Bluetooth? I need to find out how to do this Bluetooth. Let me know how this thing works, Frank. How do you Bluetooth? I'm not picking up any Bluetooth.
You got to turn it on. It's off. Turn on the Bluetooth.
Turn on the Bluetooth. Turn on the Bluetooth. Alright, there's that jokes today, huh?
Holy shit.
Not finding my Bluetooth. Let me try to go.
For the time being, just turn the gain back into like the middle range.
Now? Better?
Yeah.
For real?
You don't sound like you're standing on the airstrip anymore.
Damn.
How about line in? What audio line do you have in port right now?
That's the thing that sucks. I only have the headphones that go into the high-57.
Isn't that? Oh yeah.
That's two. I'm gonna try to pop on the phone real quick. JD's gonna have to take this over. Bear with me. Hell? What's the password to cooking mode? What's the password to click meeting or click webinar, whatever the hell? Text me. Find every password, doesn't it?
It's the same one as always,
And
Chris.
talking. What's the password? Oh, it says account is blocked. What's that all about? Check it out. Account is blocked. Anybody know how to shut the fan off on the Mac? How about that? 'Cause that's why you hear like an airstrip, because the fan's on. Oh. Yo. Alright guys, so I tried I unplugged my plug, that way the fan's not running. Hopefully you can hear me. If not, you gotta turn up the volume. So, are we good? Perfect. So we need to roll with that. Okay, I was talking about the cross. Hopefully you guys heard all that stuff. I also want to look at the page. So the page goes to the gold one. Jesus cross, $36.99, $0, say 36, gold, add to cart, 21 left. Alright, looks good. 3 for 2. Everything's fine. I'm gonna say that it's only those little things that I told you that I spoke about here in the beginning. The other question I had was, what did you spend $122 on? Did you put the ad sets out there at $25 a piece? Was it $5 a piece? What do you think? $10 a piece on an ad set. Done deal. Try 3 different ad sets. Okay, so let's back up here. Just like I was talking about the kids, if they rush, they don't get it right, they can't do the end of the dance, whatever, because they didn't go through the steps. You've skipped through a multiple step of being able to find winners when you already found a winner, meaning you duped it. There's no reason to dupe an ad set if there's no sales coming from it. You guys understand that? You put up an ad, it's add to cart, $10, website conversion. You picked your audience and you let it run. That first ad is not one of the ads that you let run for 12 hours and cut right off the bat. That is one of the ads that you let run. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. And the third day, you've already spent $30. On a free plus shipping item, you shouldn't be spending more than $25 to decide if it's a winner or not. Are you guys clear with that? So let's back that up. See, so like, man, I really need people to be specific because we're trying to solve a problem that is non-existent. You said there was 84 add to carts, no sale. Now all of a sudden, magically, there's sales on the first day. Two sales, you said? I didn't hear anything like that. I heard Jeremy repeat, 84 add to carts, no sales. That's what I heard. 2 sales on the first day. What did it get the second day? Okay, so let's go back to step 1. Did you already start duplicating that ad set when it got the 2 sales, or did you let it run for day 2 and day 3? Dupe after the sales. So you rushed it. That's a big problem. Remember what happens when we duplicate 10 ad sets. We find 7 are losers, 2 are okay, and 1 usually takes off. We are doing the target, and we're splattering it off to find a little segment. You're doing the same thing when you create a brand new ad set. You created that brand new ad set, and you hit a nice little portion of the target where you got the 2 sales. The next day comes. Facebook says, hey, we're brilliant and we're going to optimize it, and we think these people are going to like your item also and hopefully get you more sales. They move over to that segment. You got 0 sales. You decided to duplicate that ad set 10 times that got 0 sales in that little pocket that got nothing. Do you understand that before I continue? Right. Duplicated too early because we could put up an ad set, get a sale really quick. Next day it's gonna flop. Third day flop. Fourth day flop. It was just pure luck. 1 or 2 sales, pure luck. When you start duplicating stuff is when you get 3 sales, 5 sales, 7 sales, 10 sales, 12 sales. And I know that you guys don't want to wait because you're in a rush. But when you're just trying to find a winning product, you don't know if the product is a winning product yet. You got to go through those steps. That's why it's said to test 10 products in 1 day. You take 10 products, all different ones, 10 ad sets, $10 a piece. Boom, you're only spending $100. One of those will eventually become a winner. Some right off the bat, some need a little bit of help, some need a little bit of time. The other ones will never become winners. You can't skip those baby steps at the beginning to rush to the scaling process. When we're duplicating 10, 20, 50, 100 ad sets, it's when we know something is winning. What is winning? When you have a bunch of sales that make you money. Not 2 sales, not 5 sales, maybe 10, maybe 15, but it has to be a times 2, a times 3. Sales have to become a move. Okay? Yes, so only do after a few days, but only of a few days of sales. It's okay to restart that ad set and do 1. You're just not going to start that duplication process. That's all. Now let's go to some of these questions that people filled out here. Okay? Before we run out of time and I run out of battery. It says, Rashida the Bomb Mendez. Also, we can go through the business setup to protect our account, or was there a separate video coming? 100% a separate video is coming for that. Did I miss some comments before that? Because it sounded like it was like kind of like part of a statement. Well, Sabina says, I would very much appreciate viewing my account in the funnel. You have access to calm passions. I gained so much this week. Thank you. Well, thank you, Sabina, for showing up. Calm passions. Let's look at that. Calm. So I don't see anything with calm passions. Oh, here we go. Calm passions. Perfect. Calm passions. Here we go. And the airplane seems like it's taking off. Nope. 10 products times 10 would be $100. And you would quickly start to know you have to go through some of the metrics. Like, let's say you launch 10. 2 of those have over $10 CPM. Your clicks are through the roof, $1.30, $2.30, $3.30, $5.50. You kill those. Those are just nonsense. You just get rid of them. There's no need to waste money or wait 24 hours to hope they come down. If you're at 240, even if it was 50% better, which it's not going to get, you'd still be at 120. So you still have to do a little bit of work besides launch 10, put $10 on them, and let it run 3 days to find winners. You're just wasting money if you do that. You can't see the screen? Come on. He's getting better and better. I don't know why you can't see the screen. I can see the green bars on my phone.
Accepted. You are entering the conference now. For help, please press *0. There are currently 42 other participants.
Can you guys hear me better now? Hello, hello. Sweet. So I got to call in on my cell phone, and I just shut off the speaker, so there should be no echo. And now I'm going to try to reshare my screen, which I thought you guys were seeing the whole time, but we'll see. So there's this. We're going to get rid of that. That's the whiteboard. And go back to sharing and see what happens. Sharing, and hopefully this is working right now. See that? Shoot. All right. Much better. All right. So I'm in this Compassions ad account. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit right here. Hopefully these are all set, and they're not. Fantastic. I'm going to have to switch back and forth here. So let me know what we are looking at in this account. What were we saying that we're looking at in this account? I read something off, right? Right here. Very much appreciate review of my account. So you have access to convention. I gained so much this week. Thank you. Okay, bro. So let's see. I'm going to try to do something very quickly. I'm just going to add this. I'm going to customize this. And I'm going to drop in some of the things that I need to see. Purchase. Cost of purchase, conversion value. Get rid of all this stuff. Just to take a quick peek. So basically there's no sales. Is that correct? No sales. Going into here. Add to cart. Add the current cost. And okay. All right, something's got to be wrong. I mean, I don't see any add to cart. I don't see conversion values. I don't see nothing. How can that be? Let me bring this back up. Let's see what's going on in the chat. So Sabina, no sales and, okay, had 4 sales. Don't know if Pixel shows. All right, what's the website? Just give me the website. I wish I could see your chat, but there it is. All right, Sabina, what's your website? Or I could just find out right here. I can already see a major problem right now using a bit.ly link. Hands down, major problem right there. We talk about not using bit.ly link. Every day that thing comes off, on and off the spam list, becomes a complete nightmare. Anyways, we're going to go through this right here. Okay. One of the problems, see this logo? Massive. It's huge. If you see it on the phone, it's going to take up probably a little bit more than quarter of the screen at least. So this needs to be cropped to right here, and if you want to keep your logo right here. Vegan-friendly shop. I mean, I don't know why, this item has to do with vegan, but whatever. I would leave the calm passions, and that's it. Make it nice and short, okay? It's not going to be as tall. This is already a massive mess. I can already see that you're making people log in or create an account. That needs to get shut off, okay? We're not Walmart. We're not Target. They're not going to come back here and buy 30 different times. You're going to be lucky if you get 8 to 12% to come back and buy a second time. And that's with sending emails and retargeting and using Profit Pal and all types of craziness like that. That's got to go, okay? See this huge header right here? That's because of this. This needs to come up, okay? Picture's nice and huge, which is okay. When you get onto mobile, it's going to make it look gigantic. This button is way too small. I'm not sure why this says style 1, 2, and 3. This actually should be a name. Maybe it says when a child is born, so is a grandmother. It should be like, so is a grandmother, and here, style number 1, I guess, is the same as style number 3. It didn't change. Again, I've talked about numerous times, this McAfee and Shopify. I say, hey, get this off of there. So many people copied us when we were using it before. It does not help conversions anymore. Blue, free, just pay $4.95 shipping. You're already trying to trick them here with $0. And in your ad, if you look, you didn't tell them they have to pay a certain shipping cost. So why stop them on the path? Either you tell them right here, or you let them go through the path so you at least get their information. That's the key, is to get them to the add to cart, have them fill in the information. I would get rid of this, okay? Limited edition, nobody cares that it's limited edition, okay? This is the first time they're seeing it. They don't know there's a huge, massive, influx of people that want this or whatever it is. It's not limited edition. Something that entices them to buy it would be free while supplies last. Okay? Free while supplies last. That makes them feel like, if I don't get it right now, I might not be able to get this thing, and it's free. Then they get to the next page, okay? Beautiful Grandma's Love necklace. Get rid of that. Just a total waste of space. They can see what this thing is over here. Click Add to Cart button, and we will make sure you get yours ASAP. Okay? That's cool, but your button is so small and it's up here. If I'm on mobile, let's take a look at the mobile, okay? We come here. This is half the screen, like I said, just over a quarter. Then you got a big, huge image. Okay, cool. Now I'm scrolling down to see the price, the style. So I'm picking the style. I don't know what style 3 is because I don't know enough. I'm not a savvy customer to look up here and see a change. Okay? So then now there's an add to cart button. So my style button is like 3 times bigger than my add to cart button. It's red. Yesterday we spoke about not using red. You're using 2 of the badges that we told you not to use. You're saying free just pay $4.95. In a customer's mind, that means it's not free. They see $4.95 and they bail without giving you information. Limited edition, instead of that, you need to say free while supplies last. This will sell out. You don't need Beautiful Grandma's Love necklace. Click Add to Cart button and we will make sure that you get yours ASAP. Well, the Add to Cart button is not visible to me anymore, so I would have to scroll up to be able to do that. But my mind as a consumer wants to look at the rest of the stuff that you're telling me. Note, delivery may take 3 to 4 weeks to arrive. We appreciate your patience. That's fantastic. I'm not going to purchase because guess what? I was given this as a gift to my grandmother and I needed it next week. Now, if they did buy it and really need it next week, customer service could handle that on the back end and tone them down a little bit. They've already purchased. They've already given you the money. They've already said that they wanted this. Not a big deal. But not up front. You're doing everything to tell them, hey, don't buy because we have this, and this. So basically, you can take this pill to cure your antacid, but you're going to get lumps on your butt. Your throat's going to hurt. You're going to get diarrhea. You're going to have nausea, blah, blah, blah. But your antacid would be good. Right? Are you guys still with me? I just want to make sure that you guys are following me. Secure checkout, MasterCard, Visa, American Express. Why are we telling them that? Everybody this day and age knows that you take credit cards, that's it. It's usually credit cards or PayPal or Amazon or Apple Pay. Let's let them figure that out when they get to the checkout page. Okay? See this guaranteed safe checkout? So now you're throwing this down their throat, which you just told them right here. Pick one. I would just get rid of this stupid thing right here. I want them to go to the next page. That's it, hands down. There's so many things wrong with this, it's not even funny. Now let's continue and let's click Add to Cart. We go to Add to Cart. I now land on the cart page. On the cart page, see all these buttons? Look at what this looks like on mobile. On mobile, it's either continue shopping, update cart, checkout, or checkout with PayPal. If I go to checkout with PayPal, I leave your site, again, not giving you information. Okay? If I go to checkout, it's in red. It means in my brain, hey, I'm programmed. I see a red. I stop. Not green is go. Red is stop. That's it. My brain is programmed. Continue shopping. I want them to purchase this thing. Let me get the buyer information and show them something after. But you're letting me to continue to shop. I continue to shop. I start adding other things. All the shipping gets messed up, and I'm like, oh, this is way too expensive, and I'm out of here. You're also letting me update the cart. Why do I have to update the cart if I already chose one and I want to go to checkout? Just send me to the checkout. Okay? Let's click checkout. I go to checkout, and this is where a lot of people need to be able to come to so they can start filling things out. But again, if we were to close this up and go mobile, the first thing I see is already have an account, log in. I don't have an account. So now what? Now I'm like, oh man, I got to fill out all this information. Even though they may have to fill out this information before, now we want them to fill it out. I have no clue how this stuff is neon green, but this hurts my eyes. This right here, this button is killing me. It hurts my eyes. Refund policy, all that stuff, neon green, can't happen. It's got to be a certain green to be able to make it work. I think that we demolished this site right here, and we can see why people aren't buying in droves here. Okay? The necklace is cool. Trust me, we've sold a ton of them. The necklace looked a lot uglier than that thing. This thing actually looks nice. And if it really does come like that, it would be great. But, man, you got to change some stuff. And actually, a lot of stuff. All right? Does everybody agree with that I just said right there? Has anybody had an aha moment? Can anybody agree that we've already covered this numerous times this week? Whether you got to be on the call, not on the call, there's replays. You got to make an effort to be able to make money. Cool. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of this. And I know this looks like silly stuff, but right here, would you wear this? There's got to be a space. Grab yours here for free. No bit.ly link whatsoever. They're on the spam list all the time, okay? Having it double, pretty cool. Another space, comment yes if you love this. I want to do comment if you want this, okay? Want it. And that is it on that one. So let's look at the next one.
Chris, can I jump?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so she just said, thanks a lot. I didn't have a chance, or I didn't have time to change it. So my question is, why would you run ads? If it's not perfect, if it's not done right, what he just critiqued your site, why would you spend money? I mean, it's like basically opening up a door to your fireplace and just throwing the money in there and watching it burn. Because he's pretty much showing there's no way people are going to buy. I mean, if they do, it's pure luck. We're not looking for luck. We're looking for precise results based on our efforts. Can everybody understand and see that? Do not run ads if your site is not ready for it. I mean, I know we say make sure you get paid to work, but this is just crazy. I mean, we've covered this, I can't even tell you how many times, not just this week, but in the past too with the free webinars we've done. We've covered this time and time and time and time again. Can everybody agree with me on that point? Why spend money if you don't have to? All right, back to you, Chris.
Cool. So Dawn is next here with this wall art. I don't know if it says flex. Add the carrot 4. Spent 79 of maybe 160. 94 clicks. CPM 745. So the CPM is not that bad. Impressions are okay. You know, it's under 10. But man, the wall art, I don't get to see what we're doing here. What's on the wall art? Do we have your account also, Dawn? One of these? Dawn, right? This one? Wait, so is this a different Dawn? Hold on. Oh, why did my Safari go down? That's weird. So I was looking here. And I was looking here. Dawn Marie. So no, yeah, this is the right one. All right. Okay, so what are we looking at? Wall art campaign. Let's look at that. Campaign. Wall art. Let's look at this one. All right, so number one thing I see here is 7 day. I don't know why we keep going back to 7 day when I'm saying 1 day. Why are we doing 7 day? That's a real question. Why are we doing 7 day? Okay, I'm not sure how many are in the room. I can't see, but how many in the room either put a 1 or 7 for what I've been saying since Saturday? What have I been saying? Okay. I'm pretty sure multiple times I said, hey, all the people out there are saying, use 7-day, it's going to help with conversions, and it takes the data from the last 7 days. And my question to them is, well, if it does it for 7, why wouldn't we use the 28-day conversion? That would be my question to them. And some people say, oh, it's old data. It's not relevant. Well, if it's not relevant, why do multiple people teach to retarget 180 days out? So 6 months is okay to target people and try to make sales, and they do make sales, versus ad set that can't optimize 28 days. I don't get that. I don't get that. Okay, so let's just go in here and look at it, no problem. Let's see here. So we're going after wineries, 7-day, mobile only. Not a big deal, looks good, 25 to 54, age range is good, going after the females. Knob Hall Winery, Mountain Winery, Dublin Winery, okay. 1.8 million. Edit placements, all right. Impressions. So let's take a look at a few things here. We have, I'm going to stretch this out. And just to go a little bit further, some people say, oh, my Facebook rep told you. I'm sure some of you guys have Facebook reps in here, and they don't know their ass from their elbow. They are just sitting there to be able to tell you to put up ad sets and make more money. That's it. They're like, yeah, you should do that. Yeah. Spend more money so I get a better commission. Yeah, go ahead. CPM 855, 526, 732. This is not bad. Not impressions. This is running the last 30 days. So here's the thing right here, okay? There's not enough impressions to be able to get people to move through this funnel. You have 2 that add to cart, but man, even if you got 1 to purchase, you'd be converting at 50% conversion rate. So let's say you're converting at 3% conversion rate. You'd have to have 100 add to carts here to see 3 sales. Let me put that into perspective again. 100 add to cart, and if your site is converting at 3%, you'd get 3 sales. So I know it's disappointing to spend money and see, a couple people click links, 21 people, and then you see 2 here, and they don't buy right away. Some of these people actually have to save money from week to week because they're living paycheck to paycheck, direct deposit to be able to pay for your item. Okay? There's nothing wrong with this ad set besides the 7-day thing, and that's debatable. Targeting looks good. Age range looks good. There's just not enough time on this. That's it. There's not enough time on it. Nothing special, nothing magical that I could say to you. I wish I could tell you, hey, this is the exact thing you should go to. The targeting of the wineries, great. 1.8 million, good audience. I can't tell you to do anything differently, except for patience. Should I change it then to 1-day conversion? That's totally up to you, Dawn. I highly recommend 1-day conversion. 1-day conversion, the way I see it, is it goes after people that convert after seeing it 1 day. They make a decision today to buy. That's the way that I see it. Yes, you got to give it time. You got to give it time. I think, I popped the sale maybe on the 4th, maybe 3rd day of doing the wine. And that was me running it pretty aggressively with, I had 10 ad sets at $25 a piece. And then on Wednesday, I forced it at $250 for 1 ad set. And then sales started to pop. And then even then, it was only 1 or 2. The next day, we had 3 or 4. And today, I haven't had any time to look. But in the morning, by the time I got here at 9 o'clock, I had already seen 2 wine sales pop off. So you just got to wait. And I know that really, really sucks, and a lot of people don't want to wait, or maybe you can't wait because you're supposed to pay your bills, or your electric bills here, or your cell phone bills here. And I explained my story before that, you know, like with the cell phone bill, you could go a month, 2 months without doing it. You can call in when they start calling you and say, hey, I can only afford $50. I can pay you on the 10th of next month, the rest of the money, and they make a payment plan with you. And then you can push it out, and then you can go and get new phones from, let's say you were on AT&T. You go to Verizon, and if you can get a Verizon phone, maybe you get a T-Mobile phone, and you bring your phones over, and you switch it from there before your line shut off so you keep your phone numbers. And unfortunately, you got to let that bill go. Your electric, you can go, depending where you are, 60, 90 days with. Unfortunately, you might have to pay that thing, or you might have to switch into your business name or your wife's name or your spouse's name or someone else's name and move on. And you got to keep grinding and grinding and grinding. Give yourself room to keep going forward and know that this is going to work. It's worked for, if you look in the forums and the Facebook groups, thousands of people. Thousands of people. I know this one kid was the biggest pain in the ass. I know you guys have seen him. Something Janaskovich or something. I think he's only 18. He used to ask questions in every group. Everybody ignored him. I gave him our Design Suite Pro videos for free and stuff, and he took off. And finally, now he's doing stupid numbers like $8,000, $12,000, $15,000 a day. Anybody know him? Anybody recognize that name? Rob knows him. There you go, right there. Yeah. He messages me all the time, and I ignore him. Sometimes I give him some answers. Let me just see. Just so you guys don't think I'm full of shit. Right here, Alexander Jogovich or whatever. Look at this kid. Total breakdown, January 11th, $8,900, refunds $38, total sales $51. He's having a problem with the product at that point. January 1st, January 31st, $108,000. Today's sales, $20,000. I could go back in history, and the kids asking me all types of craziness, all types of nuts things. I was like, look, whatever. Just keep going. Look, never spend more than $25 to find a winner and loser. I talk about these things all the time. This kid's 18 years old. No one wanted to talk to him because he didn't have any money. $20,000 in a day. You got to be patient. Are you guys still with me? I would very much appreciate a review of my account and funnel. You have access, okay, Sabina. So Sabina is the one was compassion. We went through that, okay. Dawn, we went through that. Why not? Okay, we went through that. For the wolves, I'm looking at my cost per click. Right now, it's $1.18 CPC, which is way too high. This ad started at midnight Eastern this morning. From what I've learned from Chris, I think you should cut the ad now, duplicate it, and let it start again. The wolves audience is very small. I found it hard to find interest, so the audience size is only 800K. Now here, it's funny that now our mind has changed, that 800K is small. And I like to bring this back into real world reality where if you had to shake 800,000 people's hands and say, hey, I have this wolf painting in my trunk, do you want to buy it? That's a lot of people. People make businesses in small little cities, and the people constantly come back to them over and over. We have this stupid thing, I don't know if Jeremy's heard of it. I heard about it this morning in Providence. PB Donuts. I guess they're on Instagram, and they make these donuts, and they have Fruity Pebbles on it, or they make these donuts, and it has Oreos in it. Some stupid thing. By 12 o'clock noon every day, they are sold out. They put a picture of their donut up. Everybody runs there. They wait outside. Huge line around the corner, kind of near Thayer Street and Wickenden Street. That's kind of in our city, kind of like where Brown is and all that stuff. And they run mad dash there. We live in the smallest state in the country, and on top of that, our city is not that big. 800,000 people is a lot to be liking one type of certain niche. Our brain is just broken now to think that we should have audiences of 5 million, 8 million, 10 million, all that stuff. 7 times is what someone needs to see your ads, and this is proven through sales history for them to recognize it and be like, oh my God, I need that. Besides the impulse people, 800,000 is a good audience, okay? If you really did target it down, I really can't think about what type of wolf thing would be out there besides maybe wolf lovers, save wolves, don't kill wolves, things like that. Maybe wild dogs they might have, dogs that maybe look like wolves. 800,000 is a lot of people. So, Rob, if you're taking notes, it would be really good, but the no more than $25 would be on a regular product. This kid that I was talking about and just shared that was selling T-shirts, okay? On wall art, it costs more to get a conversion. We jumped into Clark's account. You saw Clark's account yesterday. On average, with all of his losers and winners together, it was costing $50 for a conversion. So if you only run 25, you'll never know if it works. You run 75, you have a good chance to at least find out, is somebody going to buy this? Chris, I just want to understand this. At $5 a day budget should be a 7-day conversion, but 25-day ads should be 1-day conversion. Again, Dawn, I don't like 7-day conversion ever. Ever. Nico says, I'm doing wolves and sell. They are good. It's another great example of, someone says it's not working, it's not this, it's whatever. And then you have someone over here that says he is selling it, and he's selling the wolves, and it's working for him. It just takes some patience. Let's say the ad is getting super high clicks, $2 to $3. Should we still keep it running until it hits $75? If we looked at Clark's account yesterday, the clicks are high. You're not going to see those 33 cents, 38 cents. That's going to be free plus shipping stuff. On shirts, we see $1.10, $1.20, $1.30, and it's cool if it's getting sales. Those metrics that we use, $1 under, $5 add to cart under, $10 CPM under, kind of like a baseline. If it's a $10.80 CPM, we're not going to cut it if it's making sales. If you're paying $19 CPM and it's making sales and it's profitable, we're not going to cut it. The pixel niche specific, or is it just optimizing for buyers? We don't do any type of craziness like Trackify does, where if you only do a grandma necklace, it only promotes to grandma. If you only do a fishing rod, it only goes to fishing people. If you only do wolves, it only goes to wolves. We go completely broad. I'll sell a wolf wall art. I sell a mermaid wall art. I sell a freaking skull wall art. I sell a grandma T-shirt, all on one pixel without ever segmenting. So my new ads are getting $2 a click for the wall art, $10 CPM. It's getting like 5 visitors a day, which is impossible to get a sale. That is definitely low click for wall art. Like, I would like to see those numbers be 5 ads to carts a day. Rob, can we see one of your pages or one of your ads, please? How many impressions need to get a wall art sale? So it's really not impressions that get wall art sales. I need to see clicks. Like I said, on 100 clicks, let's say that 50% of them add to cart. That means you have 50, and you're converting at 3%. That means 1.5 sales would come through. I would say targeting is off if you're getting no likes and no comments. Not good. Throw up your link, Rob. After 3 days, if the wall art makes 2 sales, how long would you let it run to or what to make to decide to cut it. So what helps me decide to keep that, let's say that it made a low-end sale and a high-end sale. You made $250, it cost you $150 to fulfill. You have $100 left. You minus what you did in ad spend, let's say it was $75, and you're $25 up front. I know the audience said, hey, we like this, we're going to buy this. I look into my stats a little bit. Was it the same age group? Was it the same gender? And I keep on running it. Can we get the metrics for wall arts, please? So would like to see CPC and CPM at. Sometimes CPC on wall art is up to $3. CPM, I still see the normal range depending on how targeted that niche is. It could be from $16 all the way down to $5 or $6. I really gauge wall art on how much came in versus how much went out over a 7-day period. Wall art, you can make a lot of money very quickly, even if you lost money up front, because there's $100 rips with the $199 painting, and a lot of people pick that because it's framed. You gave an example of a shotgun approach to scaling. Does that work initially launching a product? So I don't like to do that initially, Jonathan, only because I feel like I'm wasting my money on something that might not work. Like, let's say I never sold a mermaid wall art ever, and I roll it out with 10, 20, 30, 40 ad sets. I may find a winner, but I'm going to be such in the hole from the other 39 ad sets that it's really discouraging and not worth it. I like to do the shotgun method to something that is proven that works already. What else we got here? Larry, okay, I surrender. Added to my account. Would love to embarrassment. I hope I don't embarrass you guys because that's not what I'm trying to do here. Of Jeremy and Chris exposing my issues. 2 of the 3 products I'm advertising seem frozen. No add to cart, very few VCs, and none barely a purchase. But I'm sure I'm being charged. Hardly any data. I want to kill those ads and start again. Can you give more information on the organization of ads and refer to tutorial guide someone who is very organized? When I check my ad sets after duplicating it, I get mixed values in ad sets. How can I prevent this so I can see the budget? What is your ad account, Larry? I don't know how to work with True Fanatics products. Could you go through the sales process? You mentioned you would do all the customer service, etc. So, Layla, I don't know. Is Jeff on this call? Jeff McNabby? So it doesn't look like Jeff's on this call.
A
Jeff,
couple of people have
all
some
right.
sales.
What was that?
Anthony on the call? Is Anthony on the call? Anthony popped a sale today too. John, who else popped some sales today? We had a couple of sales pop today. Jeff. So Jeff got 3 already? 2 today, I think. Is Jeff on the call?
Jeff did 3 sales yesterday.
And 2 today. Oh, yeah. Good job, Anthony.
Heck yeah, great job.
Sorry about that, Chris.
So what I was going to get to is that it's very simple. I mean, we went over the call, and I don't have all my screens here or, my tabs. I'm going to try to guess what the link is here. True Fanatic reversion, I think, reversion.com. It's something like that. Jeremy, do you know the link? Reversion. Yeah. Just in case I spelt it wrong. Does anybody have that link? Somebody's got to have that link. Come on. Am I getting punished because I drank a couple tequila things? What the freak? Yeah, this pissed me off. What is the password? Look at that. I didn't even put the same password in. It just went right in. So this couldn't be any simpler, okay? Layla, are you paying attention? Sweet. So if you were at truefanatics.com, that's the main website, and you want to promote this Hawk, this is the product link to get to the Hawks, okay? You take this link, you bring it back over here. It says create link to a specific page. You put that link in there. You create the link. You copy this link, and this ginormous link right here is your affiliate link. As soon as someone hits there, your cookie for the next 30 days, and you get credit if they go ahead and buy. Now, I'm pretty sure that Jeremy gave you iSecure link. I'm probably not going to have a username and password to go in here, but maybe I do. So if you were in here tracking links, this is the admin side. Hopefully this one is not someone's account, number one. Let's say this was your freaking ad account here. You would go here and you paste that in. You save the changes. And your link would now be this. And you go post that somewhere on Facebook, you run ads, and if you put that link in there and someone clicks it, they now go to your product page. If you sell, you get 30%. If you don't sell, you get 0. Are there any questions on that? You don't have to do anything else. And then when you're in your account, let's say this reversion account, you can come here to reporting, and in reporting, it'll show you all your stats. I've even enabled it so that now when you make a conversion, you get an email. So somebody that made conversions today, did you get an email saying that you made a sale? Yeah, buddy. Anthony. Really quickly, see? So it's firing off immediately. And it shows you, I don't know if you realize, Anthony, I've edited the email a little bit, so it shows you what you converted on. It shows you the link that you used. Some cool stuff that you'll be able to find out, like, oh, wow, this ad's working, or things like that. Cool. Just so you know, if you sent the pixel on that first day, 100% it is in the checkout, and it's also in add to cards, view content, all that stuff. You'll see all those things firing off. Layla, do I have access to customer details like email, so if the customer is mine or yours? So right now, I don't think that you get the customer information, but we're not opposed to giving you the customer information so you guys can make lookalike audiences, things like that, and, you know, make your business bigger, make more money. We're here to help you. Rashida says these products can only go on certain vehicles, correct? So we asked that question when we went there, and it's actually a universal fit for people that have tow hitches. That's a universal fit. The car mats are universal fit. They go to any car. It's not like it has to be a BMW or a Benz 350 or something like that. Universal fit. The license plate covers, the stuff that goes on the mirrors, all those things, all universal. Did Jeremy receive my pixel? I'm not sure. What if no pixel? You can run it with no pixel, but I would say all the stuff that we learned, I'm not really sure why you would want to do that with no pixel. It's Larry Large is my nickname, Hooligan Factory. Let's look at that. Boom. Let's see, and hopefully it's here. So we have Compassion, Beach Market, and Firebug, Hooligan Factory. Oh, yeah. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Here we go. Let's hopefully we see that columns are done here on this one. Yes. Thank you, Jeremy. Go here, and we're going to go to active. And please tell me what we're looking at in this account here. Are you guys still hearing me? Because, yes, I am on hotel internet. That might be a problem. Okay, cool. So thank you for going through R, WMB, or V-neck. All right, so V-neck. I'm not even going to tell you what I'm reading right now that says. That's kind of weird. But let's see. I'm going to take a look at this thing, and right off the bat, I can already see a problem. So this has multiple products in here instead of just one main product, okay? It says, love this V-neck of pussy hats at Women's March. So I guess I was reading it the right way. Could be the couple drinks that I had, but I'm not thinking about a V-neck t-shirt in the proper way that I should be after reading that. It also says click here, and I've talked about getting rid of all this stuff to shorten this link up. It says 15% donated to Women's March, 15% discount with the code NASTY, $15 off. So now we have the word pussy and nasty in the same, this is crazy. This could be totally different, way above my head right now, but I don't know why we're going with this, okay? So let's just say we click that link, which I did, and I went here. I land on a collections page. We've ran numerous tests to collection pages, and we don't run people to collection pages till after. Meaning, if you're talking about the V-neck, we want to stay congruent, and they should be hitting the V-neck page, okay? On the V-neck page, we have here one choice, so this field should be hidden. If they don't have a choice to get a hoodie, a standard tee, or whatever, this should just be hidden. The color is black. If they don't have a choice to pick black, white, whatever, this should also be hidden. That way that this goes up, and most of the time I'm talking about this on mobile. Like, if you don't need this and this, you get to see this here. And your buy button would actually move up. So really, they only have the choice to select sizes. And here, again, we're talking about quantities where I really don't like the quantities on that page. You can offer them more with the pop-up or the if you have any type of upsell, or if you're using the one-click OCU, whatever, after they purchase, things like that. Add to cart, very small. The button is big, but this add to cart is small. This needs to be bigger font and needs to be bold. Let's open this back up. It's selling. Wait, this is my bestseller. This is the one that's working the best. Well, I don't know who you're targeting, but I would just keep on rocking out. But your conversions will get better if you do listen to some of those things that I said. Okay? And you know what? Sometimes the weirdest shirts sell. You know, I mean, the design's cool. I just don't know anything about that Pussy March, which sounds pretty cool right now, but whatever. Let's see. Probably one of the most funnest that I've critiqued. Say of 480 likes, 30 shares, and 4 comments. Those numbers seem kind of off to me. I'm not really sure why there's so many likes and not that many shares. You know, usually we see, you know, at this range, 240 shares, and then the comments would be somewhere in the 80s, 90s, or 100s. I will look for a while. I will be looking for white women's March tank tops because summer rallies in South Florida will be brutal, and I'm sure they will be still happening. This is really cool. I mean, the customers are telling you right away that, you know, they want the option of white. I would highly recommend adding the white option. Yes, we will begin to offer tank tops in white and black in 2 weeks. Thanks for asking. Okay. Nasty women and men rise up. Great. I'm not really sure what that is. Is that somebody, did you guys post that? Or did someone post that on your page? You might ask where you are at that march. I'm not sure what that means. Audio is cutting in and out. It's the Women's March. Okay, I did it. Okay, cool. So as long as people aren't posting that on your page, very cool. I ordered the shirt last week and I have not heard anything regarding shipping. Can you update, please? I would suggest handling that right there. Okay, so you just made another comment. All right, yes, thank you so much. Being okay, blah, blah, blah. So not too many comments on there, which I'm kind of surprised. I don't see why they're selling but not commenting. Could be because on most of our stuff we have comment yes if you want this. I've started to test stuff, and again, maybe on a little bit on the gray line. Comment yes if you want 15% off. They hit yes, and then you go and put in the comments, be like, here is your 15% off, nasty 15 off, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you might want to try that. But looks cool. Let's go look at something else in your account. Oh, cancel this. We go all ad sets. And today, okay, so I like this. This is all right. $11, $10. This is kind of high, 18, 17. I think this is a great example here. Oh, this is on 30 days. I was hoping this is on 1 day here. Right here. Art, W something. I don't know what that means, but let's take a look at that. Okay, so going after that same niche. Want this Women's March art on your wall. Grab yours here, 15% off, nasty, da, da, da. Okay. Women's March, January 14th. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. I like where you're going with it. You're hitting a niche that probably most people wouldn't hit. These people are passionate about it if they are marching. The only problem is that someone that might buy this, and I don't know how much you're selling for yet, didn't click, It's only one and done because it has that date on it. On top of that, if they don't do multiple marches in Washington, it's one and done also. Unless this could be like brought there and people sign it and all this stuff and they're going to keep it as a memory, this is a one and done. Like, most likely not going to be bought. Maybe if it was a poster and not a wall art and it wasn't that much, maybe. Now, I don't know this niche. You may be in this niche, you may be investigating this niche, whatever. Are there any sayings that maybe they carry on their signs when they're there? Oh, perfect. See, people are asking for other cities without the date. And that's what I mean about the one and done. They buy with the date, it's commemorative, but not as wall art. That's correct. Yes, I have shirts. So I'm not really sure where that answer came from. Yes, I have shirts. I was asking if you have any type of saying that... Whoa.
Yeah, my bad. I put my mic on because I wanted to say something real quick about the date. So you posted this ad on the 20th of January, and on that poster board it says that the march was on the 21st of January. So that was the day before the march. How would you handle fulfillment and all of that stuff on that when you posted it a day before the march? I mean, I'm pretty sure, yes, I don't know if you did that just to see what type of traction you'd get. Was that the intent there? I think he fell. There he is. Uh, uh, uh.
If you have someone that can print and deliver in one day, I would love to hear who that is or interest for them.
That's the easy part. No, I have company printing them. That's the easy part. Yeah, that's all of those should have SSS column. Yeah, that's not the point. The point, though, like Chris said, the date is the issue, because if it didn't have that January 21st there, then that would be fantastic, and also the December thing. But I would probably lean more towards the sayings. Like I was telling Chris the other day, I'm watching Fast Talk, and oh, what the hell was his name, Chris? Damn. Oh, Deion Sanders.
On which one?
Deion Sanders.
Yep.
So I'm watching Fast Talk, right? And all of a sudden Deion Sanders says, my mama always said the fans only blow when it's hot. And I was like, wow, that is an awesome saying. The fans only blow when it's hot, meaning people only jump on the bandwagon when the team is winning, right? So that's a hot saying that people, obviously he didn't trademark that saying. He just said it and it caught my ear. So I'm pretty sure, Lars, while you're at the events, there's plenty of people that say things like pussy hat and all these other crazy things. I'm pretty sure there's sayings that are going out while you're there that your ear catches and you're like, oh, that would look good on a piece of wall art, or that would look good on a t-shirt. And if it looks good on wall art, it'll probably look good on t-shirt. So, just saying.
All right, so he said that, some of his problems is inside of Ads Manager. And if you guys saw me highlight right before this, his CPMs are $30. Two things here. Number one, people always ask us, should we get into the political stuff? Political stuff. Everybody's jumping on that, especially political parties that have an unlimited amount of money to be able to spend on that. So CPMs are going to be higher. But see this? Someone asked me about the instant articles thing. I don't run the instant articles. I don't know what it does yet. I don't know how it helps us. Nothing like that. I would suggest shutting that off unless you know what it does. If you do know what it does, I would suggest running it by itself. That's number one. Number two, you're running right-hand column with all the other stuff together. See how it says all devices recommended? That means you're running desktop, you're running mobile, you're running right column, all these crazy things. Sorry about that, I'm back. Can you hear me? Yeah, it was my daughter. I had to pick up. So this is one of the things that I would be running to straight mobile. Then if you really wanted to run it to desktop and all that stuff, you have to separate it out. That's why these CPMs are so high. Let's look at something else just so you can tell here. First of all, do any of these have any sales? Because without that data, I'm not going to be able to see anything else here. Let me see. Okay, so a couple of them do look like the purchases. We're going to come here and we're going to look at placement. And right here it's showing that mobile is what got the sale here. And unfortunately, that's the only sale that we have coming in. So we have desktop, which is hardly getting any impressions. And I've talked about this, that when you're trying to do mobile and desktop together, mobile has so much more inventory that's always going to beat it out. Unfortunately, it's going to get expensive because it's trying to fight towards this as well. You have right-hand column, only 102 impressions. Right-hand column, I really like once we find a winner because CPMs for right-hand column are $2 or less. If you guys have something selling, I would highly recommend checking it out. One con to it is that you can't see how many link clicks you get. Not really sure why. Never calculates them, but man, the CPMs are in the $2 range. You will get a huge amount of reach and a huge amount of clicks, and sales will come from them. That's the only thing that I can see right here besides you're going with one interest only, which is the Democratic one or whatever it was on there, and that's causing CPMs to be high. A lot of people are competing with it right now. You got the Trump people trying to sell the Trump paraphernalia, whatever the heck you want to call it, shirts, hats, this, things, and then on top of that, you're mixing all the stuff up. I would just go straight mobile with it, okay? Yeah, CPMs would be a $2 range on right-hand column ads if you ran it by itself. Chris, did you say you watch purchase conversions value? Where did you see that? Well, on here, he doesn't have the purchase conversion value. We only have one purchase right here, amount spent, and it shows $29. Not really sure what the $29 is. What are you selling for $29? That wall art? Oh, the T-shirt. Why does it say art then? They came in, looked at the wall, and said I bought the T-shirt. My right column, DPA, had never got any sales since the Super Saturday. I would shut off right column. I think that when I first went over DPA ads, I said that most likely you guys would end up shutting off right-hand column, possibly desktop, and landslide winner would be mobile. He said, oh, yes, that's the smaller wall art. Okay. So this is purchase conversion value that we're talking about. Was that Lynn, maybe? Not sure who asked that. Yeah, Lynn. Okay. Let's go in here real quick, though. So you were using one interest, which was this Democratic Party. See, interests like this, I don't know too much about political type stuff, but anybody that is well known in the Democratic Party, I would go after them. So their actual names. You know, like I said, I don't know about political stuff. Is Bernie Sanders a Democratic Party? Is he part of that? Okay, so he added a bunch of them in other ads. Let's see. That's still Democratic. This is still Democratic. Okay, am I going to find this soon? I have them look at Dem leaders. Okay. So that's also interesting. Did you separate them? Like, you know how you said look at Dem leaders. So see, here's Dem parties, Dem parties, Dem parties. I don't know what that is. Retargeting. I don't know where it is. And time's running out for me here. But if you're promoting, let's say this, whatever, the Pussy Walkers, I know you guys might be laughing, I might get that wrong, but whatever wall art that is, I keep all of them in the same campaign. So that might just be the Pussy Walker campaign name, and then underneath it would be all the Democratic Party, all the Democratic names, all the things that you had. That way that campaign is developing that data and looking and sourcing and finding winners, opposed to having multiple campaigns promoting the same product. You guys still with me? Okay, cool. So just so you know, if you're selling skull wall art, all of the things that you try in different ad sets and all the different interests, they need to be in that same campaign. You can't have campaign skull art, sugar skulls, campaign skull tattoos, campaign and you're selling the same piece. All that has to be collective data inside of a campaign. What else do we have here? Adrian, Adrian, what is your ad account? Adrian. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Everybody's going to be like, what the hell were you looking at? Get rid of that. This. Here, Adrian. What is the name of your thing if you're on here? Hopefully she's on here. Yeah, right. I don't know if my wife would know what that march is. We don't watch any TV, news, anything like that. Like, we watch TV shows, but we don't watch the news or care about what's going on in the presidency, races, nothing, none of that stuff. Never. It doesn't do anything for us. Love tags. Perfect. Love tags. Here we go. What are we looking at here? Already added, You have full access, no access to the fan page, assisting to add new ads. Okay. Okay, new ads. We're going to go active. Here we go. 34 add to cart. No sales, $25, but how many days has that been running? Breakdown. Go here, and we go on time. We're going to day. First, second, third, and 31st. Okay, so we have 4, 8, 16. So as you can see, we're getting better here. 4, 8, 16, 4, 8, 6, 16. Cost per click has come down from day one, which was $1.91. CPM started at $11, went to 4, 3, and 358. All great signs. Impressions, multiple impressions, link clicks, we have 9. We have 34, 32, 28. But today's the 3rd, so it's not done yet. The only thing is there's no sales, so I would still let this run. All those metrics are in good places right there. I would let it run. I'm not really sure what he's promoting, though. What else do we have here? Love one. 31st, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. 3rd has nothing today. Also, it only has 89 impressions. Why? Is this at $5? Oh, it's at $1. Not really sure why it's at $1. Does duplicating the ad with same targeting cause the ad to fail? So I do hear some people say that. I don't experience it that much in our account. I've heard people say, oh, it depends on your account, blah, blah, blah. I don't really believe into that myth. Now, what can happen is that just like anything else, if there's a lot of people competing in that niche, you're duplicating ad sets. You start to compete against yourself. That's going to happen. There's no way around that. It's an auction. I hope that you guys understand that. When you're buying impressions from Facebook, it's always an auction. It's always, hey, let's give the higher bidder that has the best engagement, let's give him that traffic. The next thing would be the highest bidder with medium engagement. The next thing would be the highest bidder with low engagement. And then down the food chain. That's why some people are figuring out manual clicks. They're pretty much like the bottom feeders. They'll take all the leftover traffic that they can't sell at that point in time, get it really cheap, and if they get a good enough converting offer, it works out for them. Some people that try manual bidding and they start playing with the bids, they're bidding in certain auctions that they'll win, but the traffic isn't good enough. Here, the only way that your ad set would die out like that is if you duplicate another ad set, starts competing with your original ad set, and this one is winning because it's serving to better people and cancels out your other one. I don't usually see that in our accounts that often. Will it happen sometimes? Yes. But I'm talking about after it's already made 100+ sales and things like that. I don't ever see it at the beginning. Chris, I was working all day today, so didn't know you had asked questions. I like to ask what you recommend to start us with True Fanatics. I would pick the top teams. I mean, that's hands down, that's the best way. Right now, you got to pick Atlanta and you got to pick Patriots. Going to be huge for the Super Bowl weekend. Huge, huge, huge. Whoever wins, they're going to be on an emotional roller coaster and they're just going to start buying stuff. You got to catch that wave. That's the first thing I would start with. Second thing I would go with is I'm not a sports fanatic, but I know that the college bowls must have just ended, and Clemson, and I don't know who the other one is, maybe what's Roll Tide? Clemson and Roll Tide, maybe is it Alabama? I don't want to make myself look like a fool here with the sports thing, but I just don't pay attention to it. Those two teams went to the bowls. I think Clemson won, so you got to go after Clemson and Alabama. They're still on their emotional roller coaster. Then you got to go with the top teams that have the best followings. Notre Dame, very, very, very loyal following. Florida Gators, loyal following. Okay? Those are the things that you have to start going with that you want to see success with at the beginning. Now, of course, I think we have 130 NCAA teams, if maybe somewhere around that. And then we have all the NFL teams. You start going down the list. That's it. I would keep teams that don't really have good followings, like maybe Cleveland Browns, people that haven't won in a while. Pull up the stats for this year's teams, see where they finished. Miami Dolphins is going to be loyal. The Raiders are going to be loyal. The Buffalo Bills, boy, I love losing Super Bowls. Those people they stick with that team no matter how bad they are. New York Giants, things like that. Trevor, I don't know if CFL is coming soon. I know that we have soccer. I've seen soccer in there. MLB, NHL, NBA. We'll have to ask about the CFL. Not sure. When scaling, do you launch 10 to 20 ads at 30% succeed on the day? 1. Do you launch another 20 or 30 whatsoever the same audience since you had a winner? Yes, I do. See, that's the cool thing about finding a winner. I'm going to push it to the max. I'm going to try to get it as much as possible. Something to be, wary about is that, and I should say, this is a good method to follow. I don't follow it all the time, only because I'm a risk taker. There is someone out there that says you shouldn't launch more than 50% of your ad sets, and I do see why, because you go upside down. So if you have 10, you shouldn't launch more than 5. That's really slow, though. If you have 50 and you start having 100 and 200, yes, you launch 100, you're still probably going to be in profit mode, good to go. At the beginning, though, you got to be a little bit aggressive. You find those 3 winners, you got to put up to 10 or 20. You find 3 winners, you cut all the losers, you put up another 10 or 20. You find another 3. And that way your ad sets start building up, and now you have 40, 50, 60, 70 running a day. You get 5,000, 6,000 clicks a day, and magic starts happening. I'm only going to take a couple more questions because my dinner's been here for the last 45 minutes, and it's 9 o'clock already. Can you make my columns look happy? I can't make your columns look happy because if I save it, it doesn't save on your side, which becomes a real pain. Would you duplicate any duplicates too, or only the original? I keep duplicating the original as long as it keeps converting. If you find that duplicates start converting better than the original, you can duplicate those. Is just launching the original the rule? No, it's not. I just explained that. I have a dupe ad that started at midnight, had 7 sales today. Do I dupe that ad or do I dupe the original? Again, Bree, I just explained that there, but which one is doing better? If the one that you just launched is doing better, 7 sales, I would duplicate that one. Jonathan, thank you so much very much, Chris. You and Jeremy add so much value. Thank you, Jonathan, for showing up. That's half the battle. Vivian, is it okay to have 2 ad sets of code in the additional script box? Oh, 2 sets of code. 2 sets of code is actually going to make the pixel misfire. Say the code for an app and a pixel where there'll be, that's fine. I mean, you could have like a pixel for Pinterest in there or a pixel for some type of app. Not a big deal. It just can't be 2 Facebook pixels full-blown just the way they have it. It has to be coded a certain way. If we have an ad account that gets disabled and we have access to fan pages from another ad account, it's safe to use those fan pages with New Store. So, yeah, it is safe. We've taken over some of the old fan pages that we were able to have, were able to keep because, certain admins were on there by accident. I found that it doesn't really help, though, because we can't edit existing posts. And those are what the things I would really want is the huge things that, had 100,000 likes on them, 150,000 likes on them, things like that. If you could take over those and edit those and put the new links and stuff, I think that's really well worth it. If you can't, I would just move on type thing. Have they given, what is that saying? I missed one. Bree says, thanks. Okay, so this is the last session. Loads of info to look over, Chris. What's next? Jeremy's going to talk about what's next. Have
go
they
eat.
given you any updates on when the license wall coming?
I got it. Go eat, Chris. You're like the Micro Machine Man right now. Your food's like friggin' getting cold, and you're just you're going bananas, man. Go kiss your daughter for me, and give Kyle. I mean, Cody's there with you guys too, right?
Yeah, Cody.
Nice. Give him a high five, and I'll see you guys when you guys get back on Sunday. All right.
Yep. Cool.
All right, brother. Love you, kid. Have fun.
I love you too. Have a good one.
All right. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just finish up the couple of quick questions here, and then we're going to end this thing off. Let me see. I believe it was Matt that was asking about the fan pages. So we did try to take over, like you said, some of the fan pages, but the problem that we ran into is we weren't able to edit the links, or we weren't able to edit the post itself. So it kind of was useless to us to be able to utilize those. And then also the Shop Now buttons and all that stuff, you can't touch any of that stuff. So that was the question that Matt had asked. Let's see. Bree, thanks. You're welcome. So this is the last session. All right, cool. Any updates on the wall art? So Tracy, we are waiting for the licensing team to get back to us on that. I'll be honest with you guys. The licensing part is not something that's quick. That takes an awful long time. As a matter of fact, there were only 2 products. All of last year, there were only 2 products that were approved by the NFL. Only 2. And Tail Talker was one of the 2. So licensing is never easy because there's 2 ways of licensing. We can license on a team level, right? And then you can license on the actual athlete level, right? So we can license the New England Patriots, but just because we license the New England Patriots doesn't mean we can license Tom Brady. We can license Julian Edelman. We have to go after those individual licenses because each one of those players is considered a brand. So it's not easy for us to just go after it and get the licenses and then say, yep, good, you guys can go ahead and sell that stuff. So as soon as those updates are up, you guys will know. Believe me when I tell you, we're not going to hide it from you. We're going to bring it right out to you guys. I didn't see CPM. Should that be the first in the column on the monitor? So the CPM should be, let's see, it should be right before budget. So CPM should be before budget. I'll send you guys a screenshot of how the column should look. I know we had that. I think, Frank, correct me if I'm wrong. We should already have it on the Google Doc, but if not, can you please add it to the Google Doc, the way that the column should look? Let's see. Jonathan, one last one. Do you have any commentary on buying habits for Super Bowl? So I'll be honest with you, the Super Bowl is kind of cut and dry. Anytime you go after the NFL or any type of licensed product, it's kind of cut and dry. Like Chris said, I think it was yesterday or the day before when we were talking about the Tail Talker, you can go after the team and then you can go after the players and all of the followers to the players. So there's only 2 teams, which makes it really easy for the Super Bowl. Go after both teams. And it was funny because I don't know if you guys have ever picked up on this, but not just with the Super Bowl, but any championship, whether it's in golf, whether it's in basketball, baseball, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, the last game, there's only 2 teams standing, and it's the last game, right? I've always wondered this, and I finally got closure to this, but I always asked, what do you do at the very end? Do you print out 2 hats, 2 shirts that says Super Bowl champions, right? For the NBA, they print out world champion on 2 different teams, and then whichever team wins, they sell that one, and then what happens to the other one? I always wonder that. And we got our answer when we went out to the licensing division because, that was like one of the things that have been, biting, has been really bothering me, and I wanted to know the answer. So Greg actually, answered that question for us. And what they do is they actually factor in the cost in the winnings. So like if, New England Patriots wins, they're going to factor in the cost of printing the T-shirts and the hats for Atlanta into the profit that they make on New England, right? That's why you notice those shirts usually sell for $35 because it's a commemorative item, right? So they sell for higher price, $10, $12, $15 more. Well, it's not because of the fact that it's a commemorative piece, but it's because of the fact that they're burying the cost of printing both of them, so they have them on hand. We're lucky. We don't have to print shit. We can run 2 separate ads. Super Bowl winners, New England Patriots Super Bowl winners, and we can also run ads that say Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl winners and have them both popping at the same time. Who cares that you're getting traction before the Super Bowl ends? That's actually a good thing, right? You're getting into those the fan pages and the groups and the followers of those particular teams that want to win. That's why Chris alluded to the fact of having separate fan pages. If you just had an Atlanta Falcons fan page, which all of you guys should go out and create tonight, go out and create an Atlanta Falcons fan page. Go out and create just a Patriots fan page so you have both of them. And start running ads on both of those fan pages separately. Because now you're not going to have, Patriot haters, Atlanta haters on the Patriot team and Patriot haters on the Atlanta team. You're not going to have them bickering back and forth on one fan page. They can go ahead and talk about their own team on their own fan pages. They can hate the Patriots on the Atlanta team, and they can hate Atlanta on the fan page for New England. So you keep them kind of separate, and you don't have to worry about, managing, hate mail, right? Sitting there trying to figure out, oh, nope, this comment's got to get removed. They're swearing here. Oh, boy, they're getting really nasty on this one. You don't have to monitor them, right? And you also start building that following, too. So it's really, really good to have. So let's see, Jonathan. So I hope I answered that question for you, Jonathan. Are you getting free 45-minute calls, Vivian? So what I'm going to do with the 45-minute coaching sessions is, yes, we are going to have those. I will put the link out on Facebook. I haven't had a chance to do it today just because I've been going crazy trying to get a couple of things done. I don't know if you guys remember, but PayPal was holding like $120,000 of our money. And it just so happens that this is the month that they're supposed to be releasing it. And the crazy thing is that they actually put us in touch with the back end, which is their merchant. PayPal is just a marketing company. So they put us in touch with their merchant, which handles all the money, to be able to get our monies released. And it's never any fun when you're dealing with that type of bullshit. So today I was actually dealing with with that accounting side of it, mainly to be able to get access to those funds that they owe us, and they're not going to release them until when they're ready to, which sucks because they'll release $180 here, $200 there, $500 here, but it is what it is. So haven't had a chance to make that link. I will, and I will get it posted in the room, Vivian, so everybody here can get that call on with me to be able to make sure that each one of you guys get that individual attention that you guys want and need. Search for NHL. Actually, haven't found anything on that topic. So Trevor, the NHL is coming. So I'm just waiting on the artwork from Greg. Once I get the artwork, I'll go ahead and I'll add those to the store as well. Let's see. Nico, would you keep desktop and mobile ad sets on the same campaign? No, I wouldn't. I would separate them so that you get, you obviously pay lower CPMs when you're running them both in tandem. You're going to end up paying more. And you kind of seen that a little bit, Nico, with Lars when he was jumbling it all into one, and that's why Chris said separate them. Let's see. Thanks, Chris. You're amazing. Yes, he is. Chris is awesome. Golden Info, much thanks. You guys are welcome. Jeremy, can you explain the back-end process of the Tail Talker again? Didn't you say your people were going to upsell the stuff? Actually, Rob, yes. So let me just clarify that so you guys understand exactly how that works, right? I actually sent Chris a message to put up. Let me see if I can share my screen with you guys. This is going to take a while because I haven't set this stupid download, so just bear with me. Come on. Well, while this thing is loading, I'll just give you guys the answer. So yeah, Rob, basically our team does call them. I actually just hired an additional 2 people just for the True Fanatics, just so that they could get those calls popping quicker, because we're finding a lot of people are adding to cart. But what's happening is 2 things. Number one, they're thinking the product is coming from China. And number 2, they don't believe that it's a real company, which if you guys are doing phone calls, you're going to find a lot of customers they're so happy to hear your voice. Because that's one of the biggest things, is that most people feel as though, they don't think you're a real company until they hear you or receive an email from you. And even though they get an email, doesn't necessarily prove that you're real, right? So hearing your voice is definitely a huge sigh of relief for the customer, because they're able to actually believe that you are indeed a real company. So it sounds, kind of stupid, but it is true. So let me just show you guys really quick here. Where the hell was it? There it is. So you can actually see it was on this one, and also, where was it? Here it is. So you can actually see that they are making the calls. This one was an abandoned cart that was upsold. So they went in and actually got the person, and the customer did indeed say that they didn't believe we were a real company. So they are making these calls, guys. They are going in and they are making the calls, and they are going to go ahead and continue to do this for you guys. So those of you guys who are, saying, oh, well, what type of, support, customer service are they providing? This is the type of customer service they're providing. They're calling these customers. They're booking sales in the back end for you guys. They're also handling all the bullshit, the complaints, all that other, the other issues that are coming up. They're handling it all. And I will say this. The great thing about having us handle these sales is you might be able to pop a $200, $300, $400, $500 sale that you normally wouldn't be able to do if you're just selling a tail talker. Because while they're making these sales, they're going to try to upsell them on anything else to do with the Dallas Cowboys. They may try to sell them a cup, a rug, whatever, anything else that has to do with the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to try to plant that seed and say, while I have you on the phone, did you happen to look at any other items? So that's a huge plus, Rob. Lynn, let's see. My design suite, my design submitted got done, but doesn't show the other designs. Is it just because you're doing the new format in DSP? The link. It could be, Lynn. Just PM me so that I can take a look at that for you. I'll have Emilio take care of that. They give them to Africa. I'm not sure what the hell that means, Matt, but all right, cool. Can you still send a pixel? Lynn, yes, you can. Just send it to Design Suite Pro. So any of you guys that haven't done so yet, please send your pixel, your Facebook pixel, to Design Suite Pro so that we can add it to True Fanatics. Let's see. Oh, I thought it was already there. Okay, cool. You guys are the best. Thank you, Edgar. How many impressions should there be before or how much money will you spend before you kill wall art that had 0 sales? So, Dawn, it's not so much about impressions. It really isn't. It's really about, I call it the trifecta, but it's about engagement, right? It's about engagement. How many likes, how many shares, how many comments are you getting? That's the first step, because if you're getting that engagement and the cost to get that engagement is low, which is the second part of that trifecta, which number one is your CPMs, right? How much is it costing you for those impressions? Not so much the number of impressions, but what is it costing you for 1,000 impressions? And then the other one, the last part of that trifecta, is the actual cost for a unique link click. That's the other part of it. So it's not so much I don't have any sales and I have a whole lot of impressions, or it's costing me less than $10 an impression. Should I keep it or kill it? You got to look at all three of those, right? You got to look at engagement. Are you getting comments? Like Chris had showed one post had 400 likes, but it only had 4 comments. Kind of lopsided. You got to really look at the whole picture, not just impressions. All right, so I'm going to take a couple more questions, guys. It looks like we're down to the end anyways. Clarifying 30% commission on the tail. Yes, so Rashida, yes, that is correct. So what we were trying to do is we were trying to base it on an actual price, but it doesn't work that way because the shipping is different on every order right? So going from Atlanta to California is going to cost a hell of a lot more than going from Atlanta to Florida. So the shipping is obviously playing a huge factor in that, and that's why we based it on a percentage. And it also helps with the fact of when we start to do international sales, which is one of the biggest things or reasons why we chose a percentage versus an actual fixed price. With a fixed price, it's impossible for us to adjust that price based on the shipping for overseas countries such as Australia, going out to UK, things of that nature. So these are all things that are going to be coming up here very, very soon. Have you received my Pixel, Jeremy? Dawn, I have no clue. I have not looked. I'm actually on the webinar, so I have no idea. But I promise you, if you sent it to designsweetpro@gmail.com, it will get placed in the store, okay? 30% of retail, not including the shipping. Correct, Edgar? Meant if they were buying the Tail Talker rug, 30% of the entire cart, Rashida. Yes, the entire cart. So anything that goes into that subtotal box, you guys get 30% of that. So that's the benefit of having us doing the sale on the back end, is that you're promoting just a $60 Tail Talker. However, they may upgrade to the $260 powder-coated finished tail titanium. What the hell is it called? Oh man, they call it something. I forget the name of it, but they upgrade it to the big boy, and that obviously is $260. So it's an extra $200 that we're upselling. Powdered, it's called something. I forget. Titan. It's called the Titan. There you go. So we upsell them, and we have our team on it. And that's the other side of it, guys, is that I work with those people every single day. I listen to the recordings. I constantly critique them. I'm basically trying to mold them to be able to make them upsell gods. And it's difficult, trying to run a call center where you're not actually physically there. It's a little challenging to do. We're doing it all via telephone and doing it all via Skype. So it gets a little hairy from time to time, but at the end of the day, we make it happen. The good thing is that I have an absolute amazing staff, and these girls and guys are amazing. I mean, I'm blessed, to say the least. I don't have to worry about hiring. I don't have to worry about interviewing. I don't have to worry about doing any of that shit, because these people all police themselves. They know what we expect, because obviously we make sure to let them know what we expect, but we also police it. I have a project manager. Her job is to basically make sure that what I'm asking for is getting done. So when I teach them and I critique them, she kind of becomes a mini me, and she sees what I do with these people, and then she goes and makes sure that these people are following exactly what I've critiqued them to follow. So you guys will start seeing the sales are going to start getting more and more, better and better every single day. As you guys are starting to pop ads up, you're going to start seeing after a couple of days, sales will start coming your way. Not only is the retargeting going to help you, but also the customer service and the sales are going to come in through that channel as well. So, all right. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop here. I know, we've gone about 21 minutes over. The weekend is finally here. I can't wait, because I'm mentally and just physically beat. My wife and my kids haven't seen me all week. My daughter just came down before this webinar just to ask me to listen to her song that she wrote. So I'm going to go listen to that song. Before I do, I just want to say one thing. Chris and I did talk last night after we mentioned about doing the daily webinars. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to let me know, does this 7 o'clock time frame work for you guys? The 7 to 9, that time block, is that a good time block for you guys? Or would you guys prefer it be earlier in the afternoon? I know some of you guys work, and we're trying to make it convenient so that everybody can make it. But I know, there's so many different time zones. I talked to people in the UK and Singapore, in Australia. I mean, the time zones are all over the place. 3 p.m. is better, 7 to 9 or later. Yes, good for me, but do earlier also. All right, so what I'm thinking is possibly making an option, and we'll have to kind of play this by ear, but I'm thinking of maybe making it an option where we can kind of maybe run 2 sessions, have like an early afternoon session and then an evening session, and, give you the opportunity to, to come on board and, to join either one or both of those sessions. That's something that we're looking to do, and of course, time-wise, we're going to have to kind of play that by ear. For next week, we'll probably keep it going at the 7 o'clock, but then we'll make a decision once we allow everyone to join in. We'll make this decision based on the masses, right? Either we'll change it to the afternoon, or we'll run 2 sessions, one in the afternoon, one in the evening. Chris and I have to kind of figure that part of it out and make sure that we're not sacrificing too much time away from not only the business but also from our families, right? So what I had Emilio do for us is I had him create 2 links. One is, and hold on one second, let me just get these so that I can get them to you guys. Where the hell did Emilio? Here we go. All right. So I had Emilio create 2 links for me. One is for those of you who want to just pay for the daily, and the other one, and I got to split these up because if not, they're definitely going to get jumbled here. Hold on, guys. All right. So there's one, and there's the other. So one of those links go for the daily, which is $15 a day. The other one basically breaks it down for the weekly. So obviously, if you're going for a commitment of all 5 days, it's going to be less than if you're paying day by day. But as I said yesterday, some of you guys can only do day by day because you may work 2 days out of the week, 3 days out of the week, and you can't commit to all 5. So you can do the day by day. But either way, we're going to run Monday. We're going to do the 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday. And if we make a change, it probably won't be till either midweek or, possibly the end of next week. We'll make a change for the following week on the time. But as of right now, we're going to go with the 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll let it ride all week next week. And we'll take your questions. We'll take your, we'll provide you the answers. We'll dig through your ad accounts, and we'll see if we can't continue to help you guys get and see results. I think a big portion or a big part of what's happening in a lot of your stores is just patience. I think that's probably the biggest hurdle that you guys need to jump through, is just that patience, right? And it really, you'll start to see, hopefully by the end of this coming week, a lot of things start to materialize. Not just only in our stores that we've been showing you guys, but also in your own stores. I think you're going to start to see a lot of that traffic from the DPA ads start panning out and paying out. And I think you're going to start to see a lot of these ads that you probably would have maybe prematurely killed had we had not been there with you this week and telling you to keep them running, or vice versa. Maybe some of these ads that you would have kept running that we told you to kill, you're going to start to see these things start to materialize and start to pay out. And it's only going to propel you guys to continue to move forward with us. So I hope each and every one of you guys learned something new. And I hope that we can continue this process and continue to see success. And, one of the big things for Chris and I, we love giving back, but we also love to hear, the success stories. So I want to leave you guys on one note. As you guys know, there's 45 people on this call, 44 people on this call. I'm not a big social media guy, right? I'm not big in posting on social media that, my wife made me steak for dinner and check it out. We had eggs with bacon for breakfast. I'm not really big on that whole personal side of it. I kind of use Facebook for business. So what I'm going to ask of you guys is, for one, if I don't have you currently as a friend on Facebook, please, reach out and try to request me. I'm not sure how you would find me other than by my name, so I'm going to give you guys the name to look up, right? So look me up on my name and send me a friend request, and if I denied your friend request in the past, I apologize, but I'm not really, I don't know everybody's name, although I'd love to. So if you guys send me a friend request right now, obviously I'll go ahead and start approving them. The other thing I want to ask of you guys is if you could please post your personal feelings about Super Saturday and about the time that you guys spent with both Chris and myself this last 5 days. Post it on our Facebook, post it in the Super Saturday Facebook, and most importantly, post it in the other groups as well, like the Shopify Mastermind group that we have, the Themex group, any group that we can get people to see that we obviously are helping people, right? The worst thing about doing programs is no traction after the fact, right? No people saying, I got results, I'm getting results, nothing. It just goes cold. We don't want to see that. We want to offer our services, we want to offer our help because we love to see people get results. And we love it even more when people talk about the results. When people say, hey, Jeremy, you guys did this for me. You did that for me. I was here. Now I'm there. It's awesome to hear these success stories. And I want to definitely show and have other people hear these stories as well. So if you guys could please post on our Facebook fan pages and also on our Facebook pages, I would definitely appreciate that. Can you give me a link to the file? Sabina, you got to ask Frank. Frank will take care of that for you. I just signed up for the weekly. Thanks, John K. This is a great experience. Sabina, thank you. We appreciate that. Can you do DPA ad on WordPress sites too? Honestly, Layla, e-commerce is all about the platform, right? It's about being able to sell products online. And that's what the whole emphasis of e-com reboot is all about. It's not just about, Shopify as a back end. Although Shopify is a kick-ass back end and has everything kind of done for you, there's a lot of other platforms out there. So e-com reboot is about taking the traffic that you're getting and being able to put it in the right places. Can you do it with WordPress? I honestly don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, I have no clue. Can I ask Emilio? Absolutely. And I can definitely find that answer out for you. So I will find that answer out for you, okay, Layla? But Ecom Reboot is going to be out probably, I would say, before March. And that is going to be something that is kind of like what we just experienced this past week, right? Where we kind of dig into the ads and explain why we do things, right? Why we make these changes that we make. So that's what Ecom Reboot is going to be about. Jeremy, you already have a webinar already scheduled for Monday night, 7 p.m., Super Saturday. Group will be scheduled conflict, right? No. So, Rashida, you know what? That's actually a really good point, Rashida. I actually did not realize about that Super Saturday group. So what I'm going to do is most likely we'll probably change the time on that free webinar. So I'll talk to Chris about that one tomorrow. We'll probably change the time on that one, bring it up, or whatever the case may be. Maybe move it to Tuesday. I don't know, but we'll figure that out. Obviously you guys are more important, so we'll make that happen for you guys, Rashida. Do we have to buy a daily webinar now? Can we do it later? You can do it whenever you want, James. You can do it, just as long as it's done the day before, because we got to prepare it and know how many people are going to be there. So it has to be done at least the day before. I like to go over recording, especially the new ones I missed. Yep, no problem. Guys, Frank did a great job of posting the, what do you call it there? The links to all 5 of these webinars. He's done a great job putting them all in one post, so you guys have them. So just as long as you're a part of that Super Saturday, fan page, you'll have all the links right there. So thank you for that, Frank. thebomb.com. Will the recordings be available for the daily, weekly sessions as well? Of course, Andrea. All paid members will always get the recordings for those sessions. Yes. The Skype group will remain live, right? I got tons of help from it. Dawn, absolutely. And, the last Super Saturday that we did, which was October the 22nd, that Super Saturday group just kind of went viral. I mean, it went crazy. People just helped one another out. And, it's amazing to see the camaraderie in the group, how everybody helps one another. It's awesome to see that. And, one thing I do want to urge for those of you guys that, are probably sitting there on the fence like, oh, man, I wish I had my account looked at, but I don't want people to see what I'm selling. Well, I'm going to put you at ease. I mean, even if you're selling a unique product, right, it doesn't matter who sees the product. It doesn't matter who sees your targeting. It doesn't matter about any of that shit. Stop trying to see, the tunnel vision and look at the bigger picture. We all sell products that other people are selling, and it helps us because, like Chris mentioned earlier today, it takes 7 times of seeing a product before you're convinced that you need it, want it, and have to have it. First time you see it, you may not even like it. Truth be told, I just bought my wife a brand new truck for Christmas. The first time I seen it, I did not like it at all. Hated it, right? Hated the curves. I was like, oh, I'm not too curvy. I don't like it. Then I seen it again, and I was like, that truck is kind of nice. Then Chris bought one for his wife, and I was still not sold. I was like, this thing is pretty cool. I like it. Went over there, seen it. I was like, oh, wow, this thing is actually pretty nice in person. Then we took it for a ride, and we went out to, we went to the Martin Lawrence show. And when I got in it and drove in it, I was sold. I looked at my wife, and I was like, wow, this truck is beautiful. So you got to see something 7 times in order for you to believe you need it, want it, have to have it. So with all these other people helping you to be able to display the product to the consumers, it's helping not only the cause of you being able to pay less, but it's also helping you in the fact that your ad could be that 7th one, right? Now, it's not an exact science. It doesn't mean that they go see Mickey, Minnie, Louie, Joey, Susie, Sammy, and then all of a sudden, bam, they hit Rashida's ad, and they're like, I gotta buy this. It doesn't work like that, right? You know, it's a progression, and it's a law of average. So you can't take it by that number 7 is a hard number, right? It's a hard fact. No. But the reality is the more people that are selling the same product as you, the better. So continue to have, the ability to have us look into your accounts and stuff. Don't be afraid about people seeing your products and all that shit. It doesn't matter who sees your products. It doesn't matter who sees your interests. It doesn't matter who copies it. Let them copy it. It's only going to help you. All right, guys? So with that being said, I'm out. I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording right now. Boom. Recording has ended.